Hey, how are you? I kind of I had some weed and I really slept the day away. I was like, "Damn, I must have been really tired." I went, got up, took care of some errands cuz I needed to pick up pretty litter for my cat. My cat had the litter lasts a month. If you buy it pretty litter and you only have one litter thing, it'll last a couple months because it's expensive, right? Oh, you here we go. There we go. Oh, there. I spent the day looking and looking and looking, and I have not found the weed yet. So I'm like, oh my God. So, how is everyone doing today? It's almost another day. Um, yeah. Yeah, I was looking in the closet for my weed, and this is what I found. It was in a cylinder, wrapped up. It'd go down like that, and it says 1946. Yeah, Wichita, Kansas. Well, I'm eating now, so our cat thinks the tassels on here are to play with. 1946. Meow. Yeah, it's kind of funny how I had someone. Hello. Thank you for the thumbs up. So yeah, I have, it's different. In Vegas, everything's open 24/7. And we used to have our Walmart was open 24/7. I used to go shopping. Yeah, it changed when the China flu came through here, and then they shut everything down. And when they reopened, and they go, "Oh, no, 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 we're going to have it, not 24 hours anymore." Even though that's how it started, here it was 24 hours. And then suddenly it changed that, and I'm thinking, well, I can't wait until it gets changed to back to 24 hours. That's more hour, money for people. Right now, I got Hello Fresh. I'm eating this. Send you the whole thing. I'm thirsty, so I am going to get something to drink. There you go. Boy, I try to cover this up because my cat, there's a hole in the back. There's like a little slit, and my cat will go, "Hey, it's time to party. Let me put my paw through here and grab your hair." And you're like, "Whoa, hey." So this stops it. This stops Mr. Party Pants from partying. Yeah. Oh, is this yours? So I tried some new weed, and boy, it knocked my ass out. It did. Oh. I found him. My sneakers, Keen. There we go. No, here. You're driving me nuts. And he does leave me alone when I eat and stuff, but when I sit here for him, it's like, oh, mom wants to play. I got the laser here. She's like, ooh, he's like, oh, let me go get that. So Bobby's playing with his. So, yeah. Well, anyway, secret societies, they've had it, I guess it's like, they've always had, secret, things. Sometimes you can even, go online and belong on them. And, they pay $500 for a picture. Really? Oh, when I was told that, I'm like, oh, hell no. They're not telling a bunch of stupid asses that you can sell your picture, and you really can't. A lot of times, the reason why people have been having stalking problems is because they're on OnlyFans and they're going, hey, come over, I need a couple bucks. Okay. Wow, that's a nice person. I like that working girl. I think I'm gonna come over there a lot. Oh, they got a boyfriend. I don't care. I like them. And that's, what I'm thinking. I, these gals know what they're getting into. What? Uh, I'm drinking my favorite drink. Oh, it's delish. I'm all wet. I'm kid you not. It's just I went boom in it. So we have a lot of secret clubs, societies, and like I said, my families belong to them. I had it in the cylinder, and I just, carried it around from place to place. And then today I'm like, well, I'm going to open that cylinder up. I'm going to find out what's in it. And there it was, a family member who belonged to a secret club, the Albert Pike Lodge, number 303. It's in such good shape, it's like, God. a long time ago, over 40 years ago. Hell, 40 years ago made this, in the 80s. So, yeah, it's 1946. Albert Pike Lodge. So yeah, I've been cooking a lot more. I haven't been I'm gonna be honest, I haven't gone. The only thing I have what he's showing me this. The only thing that I have bought was a shake. I haven't bought any food that is fast food. Last week I went, oh yeah. I bought it. My cat's very determined to drive me nuts. I had a guy friend that we were friends for a long time. We were on Facebook. Suggested me going on, what was it? He suggested me to go on. I could send my pictures. I go, come on, no one pays $500 for pictures. No, but that's how they get you in. They tell you, he goes, you know about this already. Oh yeah, I worked as a bartender over in a brothel. That's how a lot of the girls got started, was that. If you have a job, well, where you have to lie to your significant other, you need to change jobs, or tell your siblings, tell your guy, hey, or your gal, hey, I'm having sex with other people, but I'm getting paid. The thing is, when you do it online instead of going to a brothel, when you work in a brothel, these people only know your address as the brothel. When you tend to go and have it from your house, and you're wondering why you got a bunch of guys that, I don't know, stop by when they want sex, and you start dating, or say you retire, they might not want you to retire. And that's where the problem on OnlyFans happens, when that. And that's why when I was told about sending the pictures, I'm laughing, going, I already know about OnlyFans. I told my friend I knew about OnlyFans. I thought only Hooker uses them. I said, hey, well, I guess I'm it. Because I knew what it was all about, because I had been a bartender at a brothel for a while. And I realized that that's how they got a lot of the girls on there. So anyway, we're talking about secret clubs. My family's belong in a secret club. Because my mother's whole family belonged in a secret club. And I said, well, I look like I can belong in a secret club. So I called up the number, figured out they'll call whenever, they'll probably go in during the week and call me back. So I'm going to ask them and say, hey, I found this and I found this in my closet while looking. It's in really great shape, since 1946. It's got tassels. My cat just thinks they're wonderful. He's like, oh, I love them. So I'm going to be able to put that away. All right. So there's a lot of secret clubs out there. I think that people in the government have special secret clubs. So we have these. It's the Secret Club Society America, and I don't think it's just America. It's also in everywhere. Mm, 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 mm. Well, at least my cat isn't humping my bed. Shoot. Mm, mm, mm. My cat is weird. My son goes, you never have a normal animal, Mom. And I go, yeah, like my cats and animals. They're weird like you, Dev. So I bought some weed. I got this, and then I got this that blew my. It's called Frankenstein. Yeah, wowie. It blew me away. Yeah, I slept all day. It was not all day. I slept. It put me in bed for 5 hours. So I'm like, ah, fuck. I did sleep the day away. I'm like, crap. So, to go on the side and state something over here. Hi, my turd cat. He's a turd, but I love him. Yeah. So I've been kind of broke. So my baby's daddy usually buys cans of cat food for his cat. And what happens is Omega borrows the cans, and then when I get my check and buy them, I put it back in his in the where he keeps his canned cat foods. So stuff's expensive, man. So I bought some canned cat food, and he gets 1 can a day, right? He's good. See how he goes, Oh, I love you. There's my baby. No biting. I like holding him. He can't bite me. He goes, oh no. Oh no. He looks like a little bunny. Look at that tail. So cute. He's so cute. Look what I got. There you go. He's having some catnip. Smarty cat. Yeah, I was like so bummed when I went to Tractor Supply. They don't have a pretty litter. I'm like, oh God. Oh, Walmart is a little bit cheaper. So yeah, I went to Walmart and picked up some food for my little turd. Put a thumbs up. So while cleaning my closet, I found this. That's fun shit. So please don't forget, please chat on the side here. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, and there's also clubs that you pay for, sell your body, have sex with a bunch of strangers, I know someone doing it right now. They told their boyfriend all they do is send pictures. I'm going, no. You don't send pictures for the $500. You. Oh boy, I'm so sorry if I started anything because hey, quit. Look what I got. Yeah, I get him out. So when you have a club where you're paying for your dues, which is like X amount of money, $50 a month or whatever, and you're working this club, OnlyFans, and you're told that men are so stupid they'll just pay $500 for a picture. Come on, let's get smart about this. Whoever believed that, because I didn't even take it when I first heard about OnlyFans. I'm like, God, men must be stupid because you don't pay $500 for a picture, but you do. That picture has a certain act. So when you have a secret club where you're on OnlyFans, it's your paid club for sex. So what they do is the sex act has got a picture of it. That's you usually do a cool pose. And then they offer a price, and usually it's come on, no one pays $1,500 for a motherfucking picture. And I knew someone doing it that brought in a married woman in on it. I mean, she brought in a married woman who was on this, and I'm like, your sister? Oh shit. I mean, if you bring your sister in on it and you have all this stuff and you know, I'm like thinking, I had a friend who brought her sister on it. They're still doing it to this day, as far as I know. Your sister's the best fucking cooker ever. I never tried her stuff, but it's just it just is what it is. All right. I made no money on there whatsoever on that secret society. I lost money. I lost a lot. I did it for a year. I would never suggest someone to go on a sex site, secret society sex site, unless you had no significant other, because it's so stupid. There are men who go, "Oh, that's great. Ooh, let me tell you about those men." Those men who go, "Oh, those are great. You're making money having sex." He's going to be constantly going, "Well, what was it like? What was he better than me? Was he better than me? Was he better than me?" And you got to hear that. I had a friend, and she worked over. She was on the other side of the bar. I was a barkeep, and she worked as a working girl. And she had told me, "Oh, I found this guy. He's amazing. He loves me for who I am." Really? He accepts that your job. Because, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah." 6 months later, they were broken up because he wanted his whole thing was to save her. Now, I get it. If you're, on a website, let's just, throw it out there. You're on a paid website to have sex with men, and they want to save you, even though you're making predominantly good money. All right. This is what it came in, this cylinder. I'm going to try to put it back in there. Da-da-da. So, OnlyFans is meant for people who can deal with that. It's not for everybody. And just because you're pretty doesn't mean you're going to make money on there, because, like I said, I could have probably made a whole lot more money if I would have known that when they pay $500 for a picture and put the address, you're supposed to go to the address, and because you get the money before you even do the act. So it's like, hey, it's the man who's getting kind of, we have more of an advantage than them. All right. And then you go do the thing, because if you don't, they call the credit card company and take the money back. I found that out. I thought, "Oh, I'm getting $500 for a picture. Really? Maybe there's something to this." No, you got to go, and they'll call the credit card company, and services that were not rendered, please take the money away. Then there's secret societies within the government. We all know about that, so we don't live too far from Area 51. Yep, yep. I have been really digging this one channel, and I share it, and he talks about religion and everything. And I'm like, this guy's got everything he's talked about was pretty well what I've been brought up around, and we talked about. And I'm like, wow. First person that I have actually paid for a subscription, because he had so much information that I can download and keep for myself. And I'm like, all I've been doing is reading that Morg has put up, because that's what he goes by. And I'm like, guys got, some sense. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. It's been keeping me, grounded, because lately I haven't been. So let's put some music on. Yeah, so I'm oh, I got a lurker. So like I said, if you're thinking of going on a secret society and belonging as a woman to these, there's more than one. That's the most popular one. It really is. It's anytime any type of club that says, "Hey, you only send pictures," or come on, guys. Are you that stupid? Do you believe your significant other is not having sex with men when they're sending, through credit card, $500? Oh, no, no, no. They'll call the company because they did that with me. I didn't know that the pictures is what they wanted. He just wanted to go out shopping, and I could have done that for $500. Shit, I do that anyway. I do that with, and the only reason why I felt that, God, my lights really dimmed. Huh. The reason why I was starting to go, well, maybe you, no, you don't. It, you know, anything to do with sending pictures and being naked on any kind of website means that it is sex. It is a sexual site where you will meet that person, in the flesh, and you will have sex with them. It's just the way it goes. I mean, there's no way I'm going to put it any other way. If you're that stupid as a significant other, they're going, oh, we don't have sex. Really? And if you do belong on that and you are making money, you should be using, protection and getting yourself tested once a month, because that's what I did. I got myself tested once a month. And I'm going to be honest, I'm like, the one time I went out on the job, and it cured me. I quit because it was just too scary. It was really, really scary. All right. When you go on any website that is sexual contained and you tell your significant other and lie to them, yeah, we don't do nothing. Come on. All right. For that site, you could go on there after you have sex with a girl, you can rate them, and their rating makes them more popular. When you go on this, let me see, where is it? Mm. All right, I don't know why. Okay. Oh, OnlyFans is like a lot of places, is an escort service that says, oh, just pay anything. Where a woman usually doesn't have to pay much, because you'll attract men. But OnlyFans is the first place I've ever seen it's run inside by other women. Yeah, they run the whole gamut. It's like I guess you would say it is like the meanest club that I've ever been to in my life. And you can go, let me see, OnlyFans, they call it, when you have like a report card, OnlyFans report card. Let me look that up. It used to be, it used to be quite the thing, when it very first came out. I was on it 5 years ago and made nothing. It's really corrupt. All right. So OnlyFans report card. OnlyFans report card. They got Canada. It's in on Etsy. Okay, you want something where, uh, And also men who go on there. They had unauthorized OnlyFans transactions on there where people get their credit card number and stuff like that. And I had that problem too. Just going as a working girl on there, uh, they whoever runs OnlyFans has been using OnlyFans as a uh, their personal bank. Be very, very, very careful. What I would do is have a credit card that's easy where you just transfer your funds to your main credit card. Do you know what I mean? Get a secondary credit card from a different bank, get a different bank. You can transfer your funds from one place to another, but just have it where it's easy to transfer and to say, hey, where did this $5 come out of? Do we got a madam in there stealing the money on OnlyFans? The role of OnlyFans in human trafficking. Oh, I heard that too. We were told that if you get a job that's out of where you live, the state, that to charge more. That's what I was told. It's human trafficking. Whoever suggested it, you know, I thought, wow, you really hate me. So the guy who suggested it, this is 5 years ago. We were close friends for over 15 years. I told him to go fuck himself. I said, you put me in danger's way. I felt that since you pushed me more than what I would have myself, and I would have stopped 6 months ago, I said, and I could have been ahead because OnlyFans is not a club that is for everybody. There are some women who love sex a whole lot and who needs probably a good therapist more than anything. If you're thinking you could have your cake and eat it too, you just can't. I'm going to be honest with you girls. You got to be honest with your man and go, look, I work at OnlyFans. It is an escort service. I hope you understand. I use protection. I get tested once a month. You got to be honest with your guys because, you know, if you're on OnlyFans, you're screwing other people. I don't care what anyone says because I had this one girl at my work telling everybody that. And I pull her aside, I go, honey, I know what OnlyFans are about. And she goes, really? I go, oh, yeah. And apparently you need to like tone it down because some of those guys have used OnlyFans that are in there and told me they go and meet them at a hotel bar. Yeah. So when you talk about OnlyFans, all right, you're really pissing me off. You're knocking down all my stuff. This is not your side of the thing. Get off there. Bad boy. Not your side. Get back. You're being bad. You know it. Bad. Oh. My family's always belonged in secret societies, especially the ones that weren't taking your clothes off and using your mind. And we talked about meditation yesterday, how to meditate. And okay, I don't got my book right away. My cat keeps knocking it down. He does. He'll knock my book down. having a diary, writing in it for different stuff, and leaving pages purposely empty so down the road you can go and, all right, you're really pissing me off. I'm going to send you to Devin. Devin's going to be hanging out. No, no, you come here. You want to be loved. I'm going to give you the love. Oh, yeah. Oh, give you the pets and love. Oh, look, he's loving it. He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, oh. You're a pain in the butt. You are. Anytime you deal, if you're on OnlyFans, you know that all the women there have sex with their customers, every single one. If you offer enough money, the payment is done as, oh look, I got a picture here. All right. You don't sell pictures. You sell sex. You sell having intercourse with another man or woman. There's women that go on there. I've never met anyone that came off of there that was, how can I say, someone who I'd go, God darn, I love hanging out with them. I would hang out with them in a different setting. No, I'm gonna be honest with you on that whole thing. I would say I have never met some of the meanest people on earth or on OnlyFans, but they're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty. I was on there and I started to feel it. I don't know if it's the site or what, but I really, when you're not making money and people who are making money are not very nice people there on OnlyFans. They act like, oh yeah, you could send some pictures and make $2,000 a day. No, you spend 8 to 10 hours talking to men who will not, who need to go talk to a therapist instead of going on OnlyFans. Trust me on that one. They need to go to a therapist. If and there's a lot of men who actually ask how they could come out and tell their wives that they are gay. Believe it or not, they were more into men, but they wanted, this one guy would always, oh, I feel I could talk to you. Oh, that's lovely. All right, I want to, I don't know how to tell my wife, this, that, and whatnot. I'm like, God, women, you got to be a little more open with your guys, because some of them are asking women online, on OnlyFans, hey, I'm thinking of like telling my wife. I was like, shit, so much crap I had to deal with. I wasn't paid enough at all. I mean, if you make money off it and your family and husband or significant other is fine with it, think about this though. If you go dating, what are you going to say? Well, you might see me on OnlyFans. That's just not going to hit them well. And you might get a second date. I had a friend. I sat there and said, you got kids, yeah? Why do you have this sticker on the back of your trunk? What do you mean? You ever see a kid with a phone? Yeah. What would they see if they scanned it? She goes, oh shit, I didn't think. Yeah, that's why all the parents are pissed at you. You need to take that sticker off. It says OnlyFans, and it has a thing where you could take your phone up there and you scan it, and her whole thing, her whole woo pops up. I said, yeah. She agreed. She did not know that would do that, so I showed her what my phone did. And she goes, it does that? Oh my, there's no like, are you 21 and over? No, it just pops up. 5 years ago, boy, there's all kinds of fun stuff. These women go, oh, I just tell the school that I'm just selling pictures. How many of the school uses OnlyFans too and fucks other women and knows it's a fucking lie? And they're going, no, it's not. I've known, my friend's husband, he went and said, well, we needed to get some strippers. So let's get some OnlyFans girls. And this is like they have no one under the age of 18. Everyone's 18 on up. And they said that it was a really good show and it was cheaper than when you order, a stripper, and they said the problem is getting them to leave. When everything was done, okay, we're going, and they want to hang out and party. And they're like, we're done. With a company, you call the company and go, hey, your stripper won't leave. He said that was the first and last time they were going to use strippers for OnlyFans. I thought it was funny. I go, really? You wouldn't leave. They left when it got daylight. The fucking vampires is what he said. It wasn't worth it because they had to entertain these girls. And then it's like they were hoping, he goes, I have a feeling they were hoping to get laid. I said, well, we, and they stayed there. The father said, I didn't sleep a wink. He goes, when they left, I had a nice, happy, high and everything. And then I said, I didn't know what they were planning. If they were planning is these, get a truck down the street and steal from us. I was like, damn. So if you do get an OnlyFans just for like a strip party and stuff and they stay, tell them. And he said, when you do, say when he says, don't say when the party's done. Put it a timeline, an hour or so after you come here, you can leave. He said, because they paid such a good amount of money. He said, to get 4 strippers usually costs him about $4,000. It's $1,000 a stripper. And he was able to get some strippers, He was like, well, I'm just, going to get some, I forget how much he said. It was like $1,500 for 2 strippers. He's got 2 strippers because it was a small party. And he said, they were from OnlyFans just in case somebody got amorous. He says, and he tells the men, hey, if you're married, I'm going to tell on you. Yeah. And they were from OnlyFans. You could get strippers from OnlyFans to have a stripping, thing. And I don't see nothing wrong if you're having a party and stuff and everyone's adults. There's no children involved. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to sit back and go, okay, you do what you want. But like anything else, if you work for a company, if you ever work for any company where you don't tell the truth to your significant other, then that's on you. It's no one else's fault. You had a chance to go, look, I'm having sex. I enjoy sex. If you're doing it a lot and not telling your significant other and wondering why your relationships are shitting out, because you got the wrong man. You got to get a man that's okay with it already, because you'll probably do it, a long time. It's not worth lying to a person if you have, and this is the thing, I had a friend that told me she's addicted to sex. The only job she could have is sexually oriented because she's gone through a ton of jobs. This is a working girl telling me this as a bartender, and I heard this story. She said, I would go through relationships and go, I wonder why I don't have anyone. She said finally she had to sit down and she had to realize she likes to fuck. She likes to go to bed. She said she started on OnlyFans, and she said, "Well, I could make better money than OnlyFans." You go to um, they got Sherry's Ranch, and they got the chicken house, chicken ranch. Those two places are great. And I was thinking seriously, and I even asked some of the girls, "Hey, do they are they hiring?" Really? Because if I'm going to be on OnlyFans making God fucking nothing, I might as well be a working girl. I had no relationship, no nothing. I might as well just go do that. That's what I figured, you know. And then I got a job at Aztec. I was like, okay, I had no anybody in my life, you know. I didn't have to lie to nobody. And I thought, wow, you know, when I was told by my boyfriend after all the shit I went through and on OnlyFans, I'm like, wow, I'm on the OnlyFans and it's just no money. That escort service just made me no money. But they should actually have it where when you're just starting out on OnlyFans and stuff, you're getting your shit together. You've already put in a lot of times a grand or more. Yeah, because those pictures aren't cheap and lighting and stuff. All those things cost money. And you're not going to spend 3 grand to take some pictures. You're just going to have somebody else do it and cost money. They should have it. I think OnlyFans when you start out because it's like you're so broke, you'd be getting a heads up because you're making them more popular by belonging. Oh, these women, because I'm going to be honest. It's I guess for some people it works great. For me, I was like, I got to make more money than this, and then I got my job at Aztec. I was like, oh, thank God. It was motherfucking hot. And when I'm done, I'll be changing your litter. Yeah. He's finding laying down and being quiet. So anyway, today, Mr. Illuminati. Oh, there's my book. I'm looking for weed I hid. And I found this. I can't believe my mom kept this long. Fucking. Yeah, that's leather. They wrote it on leather. Not pleather, leather. Wow. Omega. Well, let's see. A lot of people get pissed off, especially when they find out that they're dating someone on certain sites and they're dating a working girl and they get pissed off. Oh God. Uh wow. I don't even know what you're saying. Uh, please actually say, something I can understand. Oh, you're boring me. Yeah. Some people are so boring. And what is okay? I use the restroom. It's all right. I don't need to be pissed up. So, if your family belongs to a secret society or stuff, come here and talk about it. I remember going there as a child when I went to visit in Kansas. Mm. So, if you get anybody who wants to chat here that actually says words that are understandable, more or less, I expect that at this time. But we're almost done. It's almost been an hour. So, I am going to I'm going to go get in my car, drive around the block, pick up some male hookers, and have some wild sex. I'm just joking. Anyway, a lot of people have gotten pissed off. But hey, go on OnlyFans, get your hooker of the month. They have buy one, get one free this month. OnlyFans is great for getting strippers. You can bring them to your house, your hotel or motel, they go wherever. And it's 50% cheaper than going to a whorehouse, is what I was told by a customer. That's what they told me. They said, OnlyFans is great. It's 50% cheaper than a whorehouse. And you can take them across state lines. It's great for human trafficking. Look it up. It's great for human trafficking. I'm just putting out the whole thing. If they're doing human trafficking, guess what? They're also doing sex. And anybody who says they're not, I'm not doing any. Well, let me tell you this, you're not with your significant other all the time. And you could go on eBay. I find it cheaper on eBay. You could get, and this is what I would do if I had somebody who was working a site or in a club that I didn't trust, is you could put it on their car and you can find out where they go. If you're at work, you can know if they left the house. That's what my friend did. His wife worked, his ex-wife now worked there, and he made buku bucks and said, you could go to school, you could stay home, you could do whatever you want. You just got to do something productive where you're using your mind, you're doing something. I don't want you just sitting at home. You got to take a class or something. So she said, I'm going to go and put some sexy photos up on OnlyFans. Then she lied to him. And here I'm hearing this, this person is OnlyFans is also where crazy women who are not all there, because his wife was a little bit out there. They had a car accident a while back, and believe it or not, the car accident, I don't know what it was. She was always kind of dumpy after the car accident. I don't know if it was just the brain injury or whatever. She got her shit together as her, exercising and interested in the other sex, because beforehand she was just for him. Afterwards, man, she went on OnlyFans and lied to him. So he put a tracker on her car, and he sat there at work. He goes, "Hey, they lived in an area that was about as far as I am from Vegas, So she was driving every day, not far from where he was working. So he would call her and she'd go, "Oh, yeah." She would act like she was at home and he goes, "Oh, something's going on." So, yeah, he figured it out that she was doing that because she gave him an STD. She didn't get tested and take care of herself. So that's how he proved it. And then you can actually show tracking events, matters what kind of tracker you get. It'll show your history of that tracker. Yeah. So he ended up getting divorced, and he said that he hasn't seen her since. He said they belong in a small town. You bump into somebody at least once a year. And he said that she got married from somebody from a customer on OnlyFans, and he was a multimillionaire. And he said, "Hey, good for her." So if you go on a website, somebody's seen Pretty Woman one too many times, it could be some other girl's luck. The guy said he was actually not going to complain because it could have been worse. He said she could have, gotten on drugs and stuff, and she wasn't on drugs. So if you belong to a secret society, you can even make up your own. I'll make up mine, the Omega Secret Society. Right here and now, we have the special Omega Secret Society. You can send your money at whoop. So it's over an hour now. Wow, I got 8 people. Ooh, man. Oh, only 3. Well, since there are a bunch of lurkers out there, I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys go on OnlyFans and pretend that they're not having sex. That just cracked me up. I thought to myself, damn, there's just a lot of dumb people out there. Woo wee. I realized it way before anyone even told me. I'm like, you gotta be really, really dense. I just didn't know how they would ask. I thought, well, shit, I'm not making no money on here. And I've had a couple people take their money back. Yeah, they pay before you play, which is on their side, they can be screwed over more than us. And by the way, the credit card that you use to open an account with, anytime you use a credit card to open your account on any type of sex site anywhere, including OnlyFans, make sure that is the only site you use it for. That is a special credit card that if any other credit cards go, any other, add-ons go on, you can say my credit card company states the fact you're the only one that has money coming out. That is it. So I can keep track because look it up, and they do have that problem. So be very weary, okay? Any kind of special society. Yeah, my dad had this credit card. It was only, I think it was a $500 limit. So he's like, I'm gonna just use it on one thing. And he belonged to like a country club, and he heard a lot of people bitch about it. So he said to my bank, I am only going to use it for this country club. If anything else goes on it, please let me know. So something went on it. He didn't know. And he called the country club and said, who has my number and is trying to spend $50 at the, it was a dinner. So they found out who it was. It was someone who did, like parking the cars. Got his number, and that's my dad was pissed. He was pissed. What the fuck? I didn't. Did you go to the country club? I go, oh hell no. Oh no 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 no. I don't go there. No, you don't go there to meet guys. You go there to get boyfriends for the month. I've never done it, but god dang. See, you can belong to a club, you could get, the add-ons. But my daddy said, you didn't take a guy out to dinner. I go, oh, me take a guy out to dinner? Oh, it's the other way around, daddy. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not the ugly. I said to him, I'm not the ugly daughter. My dad agreed. I never had to. I could have. His card was on file. So when I went out there, you used their card on file. So if I went there, I would get tea or I would get lemonade or I'd get a Robert Palmer. I miss those days. You know, I didn't have to worry about paying electric. I didn't have to worry about paying this. But yeah, I had it pretty good. I didn't have a perfect childhood, but goddamn, I've had the best goddamn parties that, in my mind, they were better than the Hollywood parties that you would see. I had a lot of people there, so I know there was, some stuff going, some star power going on. My cousins have been in a movie because they were twins, and I'm proud of my family. They're hard workers, you know. I remember when I worked with Savannah's sister, I thought, damn. When I seen her, she can really work great. So yeah, when you put yourself out there, and if you deal with any website, it doesn't matter if it's a girly girl or just a regular website where you hear that people are having problems with their credit card history and you want to use that website, my advice is to use a website with your credit card has a limit and you only use it for that website. That's it. You don't use it for gas. You don't use it to pay for, your pizza. Yeah, you use it for just that website and then you can it's easier to have whatever they actually look into it. My dad got pissed off though. Found out that it was one of the guys who parked the valet. So yeah. So if you want to go on here and be an asshole of the month club, that's fine. I can just give you a little timeout, a couple days or so. Yeah. So we're talking about secret clubs. So have you belonged to a secret club? If so, how much were the dues? Do you got the name of it? Is it still open? Are they accepting new members? This is Omega's secret club. My cat's happily asleep and snoozing right next to me. He's being so cute. I just woke him up. He's like, oh, he's so cute. He is. He's cute. He's a cootie. I had a friend who only used a credit card for what was it? I love to go to it. Now you can just buy gift cards if you're ever worried about that. Is use a credit card for Starbucks. And this was, I don't know what it was. It was on vacation and she said, you know, I've used it at my hometown Starbucks for years, never had a problem. And suddenly I'm having stuff go on there that's not Starbucks. And I'm like calling my credit card company as it's being done and saying, nope, it's not Starbucks. I'm not there. Something's wrong. So always, you don't have to use one for one thing, but she said that a lot of times she would buy it on her credit card and get reimbursed from her work. I get points. She goes, man, I had to pick up one time. She told me about $200 worth of Starbucks. You can order a whole Starbucks thing. You can get coffee. They'll give you real cream. They'll give you whip in a thing. That's what we had. I was like, oh boy, I've seen them give a whole Starbucks sensation, and it's amazing. Yeah. She said she'd pick them up once a week. The boss said Friday, or was it Monday? Yeah, you got to look forward to Monday. She said so Monday she'd pick it up, and then Friday was, they get to go home a little bit early if they finish their work and get paid for the whole day. So a lot of people would be doing work Thursday. That was for Friday, so they could go home early, which I thought was funny. But yeah, you can get it on your credit card. She said, man, that would be cool to have a job. Just pick it up on my tab and you can reimburse me and I'll get a bunch of Starbucks points. That would be cool. Let's smoke some more weed. Here we go. Mm-mm-mm. But if any woman belongs to any site where they send pictures and they tell you they don't have sex, man, you got to quit lying to your honeys because that's not fair. I love you too. Yeah, my cat's so cool. I'm gonna change your box when I'm done here. Yeah, he's laying on the side with. Oh, please put a thumbs up. Hello, hello everyone. Come and join me. Chat on the side. Let's talk about secret clubs. What kind of secret club do you belong to? Do you belong to a secret club? If so, tell me. Or just put the initials of the secret club and if it's so secret. And what do you guys do? Oh, you want to hear about secret clubs? Me too, let's see. Today I was cleaning my closet. I've been carrying this around. My mom passed away a while back. And I got the luck of having some of her stuff with me because it was to prove her identity actually, and this is part of my mother's family. So I'm like, wow, this is cool. Woo. So I opened it up, and this is what. And yes, I did Google the name, by the way. That's a secret club. So guess what Omega did? I got on the phone. Boop, 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 boop. Ring. You can leave a message and I'll give you a call back. Oh, okay. So I told him, hey, I found this in my closet. And golly gee, this is part of my mom's, I didn't say that, but it is a part of my mom's identity. It was to prove who she was because she used so many fake identities, it screwed up her everything. Woo! She was crazier than, let's just put it this way. When you do a lot of drugs for a lot of years, alcohol, pills, my mom did the pills. I don't drink alcohol, but you pop them babies. Yeah, you pop them pills like they're candy. Yeah. Oh, your liver probably just as good as the drinker. Psh. The doctor told her that, and this is what, she had to quit doing all pills because she would have had comparable liver failure. So she was an evil. I got the evil one. I don't get to take my pills. I go, you have liver failure. I don't understand. Yeah, okay. So she used to talk about her secret society, how she was a morning star and all this stuff, and how she did all this stuff. And, you're one day great, runs in our family. Yeah, mom, right. It really runs in her. Yeah, it does. And I go, okay, I got proof. Uh-huh. She never showed me it because she had Alzheimer's. She forgot about it. She said she was going to show it to me when we got home. I got in an argument because she got mad. I was driving her vehicle and baby, that's what she called her truck, was pissed at me. That's why it was clunking the way it was. I told her that next time I'm going to be drinking a lot more milk and baby will get a little more gas than what she thought. My mom was not very happy to hear that. She had Alzheimer's and I had too much fun. I just, showed the address to that and it just stated that he was a man and he belonged in it and showed him as a different stages in his life. So obviously, even on my mom's side, they got a bunch of good looking people. So I'm not complaining. I did call and left a message on that secret club's message thing that I would love to become a member, and I do know, and they do have a chapter here in Las Vegas. And you can even Google it yourself. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Never know when you run out of weed. Yeah. I lost my weed. I'm still looking for this damn weed. No, no one took it. I hid it and I forgot where I put. Trust me, I've done this before. I just got to get in that same. I have to be talking on the phone and doing something. See, when I talk on the phone and I'm doing two things at once, that's what happened. And I put it. Usually, I'm pretty good at finding it, but I'll just reclean my room and stuff, and I'll deal with it. Yeah. So it's all good. You're doing too many things at once. And, I said, oh, hell's bells. I got to go. Yeah. So yeah, my family's belonging in all kinds of secret clubs. They're just like the secret clubbers, you know. My dad's like, I pay for the country club. You should go there. What do you think? I'm going to go find my future husband? Hmm? Is that your take? You know, your Michigan take is country club, and he's like, "Oh, I don't pay for it." He goes, "My job pays for it." Oh, great! Now I got to really watch myself because it's people my dad would work with, you know. Because of course I would use my last name. So what's on you? If you're gonna get, you know, my dad had stated the drinks there are enormously high, except the non-alcoholic drinks. So that's all I got. My whole month, if I did go there, that's because they had a fabulous steam room. I'd go there and then I would get like you get a plastic thing and you drink your lemonade or whatever. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. My dad's like, oh, I'd tell everyone because my drink would cost $1.25 and you get free refills. And I would always put, you know, they would add, you need to add a tip. No, my dad would get pissed off. I do that on my own. I tip better than my dad because I know what it's like. Yeah. So I'll find it. Yep. I know I'll find it when I least suspect it. When I'm not looking for the damn thing, that's when I'll find it. I go, holy shit! Ah! That's what will happen. So my mom belonged to a secret club. I call it, you know, the gossip club. They come over every Monday. So one Monday, they called off school because it was flooding and they had no power. So cool, school was called off. Wow, I felt like this is great, man. I got to find out my mom's Monday club of hearing all the gossip around everybody. Do you know how that name got made? It's during Ben Franklin's time when they would go sip, find out what's going on in Washington. All right, so let's ask it some questions. All right. Will I get some donations to help me and my channel?
It is best not to say now.
Mm? Yeah, it's Mr. Predicto. Come on, Dev.
Hey, Weird Mom.
Hi, Weirdo Son. Yeah?
So, what you doing?
I'm live. Hey, you gotta see what I found in the closet. I couldn't find my weed, but I found this. My mom's family. Weirdo grandma.
No, but what do you mean your mother's?
Well, you know, someone in their family belonged to this
What is it?
secret club.
Sure. Just gonna walk away.
Sure. Look in the back ones. He forgets I go live. He opens the door and he's talking about his stuff. He's about as tall as me. He's got hair this color. He got blue eyes. Same height as me. He's a good. I still see him as a kid. He's an adult male. His chair broke apart, so I said I'd fix it. I'd buy the things he needed for his chair, for his gaming chair that he's had forever. He's loved that thing. So I said to him, since you're doing my friend's air conditioning unit, this is my payment to you. So, all right. Ask it what kind of question. Yeah, he is a good guy. Now, he's seen that years ago and he thought, wow, I can't believe it. Yeah, because I think they Googled the person. And I'm like, well, we'll find out, it's all good. So, will I have a second? Uh, will AKA Sardana feel better tomorrow than what she does today?
The outcome cannot be predicted.
Oh, it matters how you take care of yourself today and get enough rest, I guess. Will Sadarna feel better Monday?
It cannot be determined at this time.
Wow. Huh. So there's other things going on that I can't predict. So let's see. Well, will I have a good day at work tomorrow?
There is no doubt.
There you go. Let's see. What could I ask? Oh, will I find my weed soon? Will I find my weed soon?
Everything points to no.
Well,
Definitely yes.
will Brandon contact me?
Yes, without question.
Will I belong to a secret society this month?
Now is not the right time to tell you.
Uh-oh. Well, oh yeah, you got to go through initiation. That takes a month. Will I belong to a secret society in a couple months?
Yes.
Woohoo. Brandon. Not Don, Brandon. Well, it's okay. Oh, he got mad because I told him there's no way I could do that thing. I was very honest what it really was. Yeah, me too. I'm just pouring into myself, and that's why um, I went and contacted the Wichita chapter of the secret club that I want to belong to. That's how it felt. He's like, I'll help you with, your videos, your this, your that. I just take 10% of the cut of everything. And I'm like, wow. Shoot. My baby's daddy said, hey, I got a job for you over at the Silver Cricket. And it was really, to be honest, that it may have been a hole in the wall, but that's the most money I ever made without sex. I was the head dancer there, so I got paid weekly. Everyone else you got your checks. Yeah, they were paid like waitresses. You'd make about, it was like, I'm trying to think, I think it was $6 an hour. And a head dancer will make about 15 an hour because you're like the house mom too. You bring someone inside when they're not doing good. You don't have the owner talking to them. You have the head dancer talk to them going, you don't do that. Naughty. You get timeout. Yeah, you get a timeout. And I've had done it and I didn't have arguments. I've worked with girls who had all kinds of problems and mental disorders and stuff, and I'm still worked with them. That's why they made me the head dancer. And I got paid every week, and I could have done my best to make as much money as I could. My ex would come by the club, pick up my check, the whole check. Yeah. My no, my tips were separate. I told him I was making hourly, and finally I was like, "Well, you put me in a club like this and stuff." I was doing lap dances. I was like, "Fuck, I need the money." He was taking my whole check and leaving me with nothing. I had nothing. He would take my check. So he remembers I used to get a check every 2 weeks. So what I was doing is taking two checks, cashing them, and hiding the money and planning for a way out. The tips were separate. So yeah, and it's still open. I don't think they pay hourly anymore, but they did when I worked there. I had the help by the owner. My owner thought that my baby's daddy was my pimp, and really he was. He may act like, oh, she did this and this. You took me there, you dropped me off, and you had me work at the same place that, yeah, same place your sister worked at. Okay, I get it. And I was pimped out. He'd come to my work every 2 weeks, pick up my check twice a month while I was taking a check. And what I would do is not cash it next door. I would cash it where it was written at because I didn't want the liquor store to go, yeah, your girl was in here. I wanted them to think that I wasn't a head dancer and I went and took care of that way. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just being honest. I really did. And that's why when my baby's daddy thought that he can play the court, and I already knew that he was having an affair and stuff, and he was trying to point it at me. I'm like, dude, I'm not having nothing going on. I never have. But whatever. Anyway, I finally got my divorce. I finally got it. So I can't complain now. It is what it is. If I really wanted,
The answer is no.
if I really wanted to get a divorce, I could have done it a long time ago. It just would have taken a lot of planning. You couldn't, in dealing with, there are some people in the world that do not want to let go, and you really have to plan it out. Oh, yeah, it's fine. We both have cats. So what's cool is when I run out of cat food, I borrow from him. I don't tell him that. And then when I buy mine, I replace it. That's the only thing I've been doing. I get a lot of help from my son. I don't really talk to him unless it's about the neighbors, the cameras. That's about it. Stuff that I call it work talk. Yeah. I don't try to wear super sexy stuff around for say here, but when I go out shopping, I don't mind, dressing. uh, I'm not a bad looking person, so I like to dress nice, not like a hooker. That's later in the evening if I'm going out on a date with a real guy, with, say Brandon. But on the average, I don't dress sexy like that, especially to go to Walmart. People are bringing their kids there. They don't need to be schooled like that. You know what I mean? You ever? I've been to some Walmarts in Vegas. Whoa, boy. Some of these ladies need to like cover it up. Yeah. Oh, dressing nice is good, but I don't want to dress, sensual around here, just enough to make myself feel comfortable. But yeah, I found some cool things on the internet, not internet, on in my closet. There we go. And I gotta roll it up now. Get that. I think they took. How did they do it? My cat's playing with it. No. So I'm gonna roll it up and see how it's going to fit in here. I'm going to have to buy some tassels because he seems to like those. Go to Walmart, get some tasselers. And this fabric. It's out of leather. It's written on leather. It's like, woo, is that cool? Okay, so all right. Whoop. Back in the closet. There you go. So yeah. So I hope everyone has a safe rest of the weekend. I gotta do laundry tomorrow. I have to clean my bathroom. I clean it once a week. I like a nice clean bathroom. Then once a month I do a deep down scrubbing on my shower stall, scrub around places, do some deep down work. Yeah, once a month I do that because I hate nasty. You ever go to someone's house and the last time they cleaned their bathroom, you could tell because when they move items, it's like clean underneath those items and it's dirty everywhere else. Yeah. So it's good to, have like a schedule of cleaning. My grandma used to schedule when you dusted and did all certain things. So yeah. Mm. Hello, lurkers. Please put a thumbs up. You can come here and chat. We're talking about secret clubs. There are all kinds of secret clubs out there, those kind of secret clubs. And then we got the Illuminati, you know. Some weed and what mean? Oh, wow. Oh, well, hello. You see my cat? I took everything out of my closet. My cat's sitting on my closet stuff, so I got to put it back. Oh. Talon? Well, hello. Somebody's up late. Well, welcome, Talon. Nevada, what state are you in? Oh, wow. Are you in the country or New York City? Well, that's nice. That's a hard job, too. That's really. Oh, yeah, you do. Well, let's go and see what's on TV real quick here. Okay, let's see. Let's do HBO Max. Do. Yeah.
people say, "Oh, the best boss." I go, "Oh, if you never worked in a place like this before, you're such a dull off. You get the best out of us." And I go, "Certainly, that's true. Excellent." We gentlemen say.
Gilded Age. Ew.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, I get BritBox, okay. Ooh, that sounds good. I see. That's a bit too much for online. Let's there's something in the background. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I was picking out something to play in the background because I smoked some. I lost my weed, found a family heirloom. I got a picture of it online on a post. And yeah, it's neat. Yeah, I am. Because I slept most of my day away after I went out and ran some errands. So yeah, I did talk with my boyfriend Gary or Brandon, and he's not boyfriend, but I guess you would say guy friend. He's like, I didn't know that it was that kind of site. And I'm like, yeah, it's an escort site. There are some people who are they do just send pictures, which is, I have yet to see or hear about one, but that's what they tell their significant others. How they lie. Because really, they're not just sending pictures. They're playing a little game called Donut and Hot Dog in the Hole. Doo, 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 doo. So yeah. Yeah, I am on late because then when I get up, it takes me a while to go to bed. So I'm kind of like, well, I haven't been on. And it's nice to do this. I'm thinking of doing like on TikTok marathons on there to raise money. So if I'm not doing anything that night, uh, I can go on there and my cat can show you his girlfriend and yeah. That's my cat's girlfriend. There you go. See, he's very loving towards his new girlfriend. Look at oh yeah, and I find that blanket all over my. Oh yeah, one day I found the blanket in my. I have a little hamper. It'll be on the side. It'll look like a little tunnel, and there will be the blanket inside the the tunnel. Blanket on the floor just as I open the door, and sometimes I find it on this chair. So my cat gets more action than what I do. Actually, I would say the blanket gets more action than what I do. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Catnip makes your cat horny. You know what another thing catnip is really good for? Cramps. Let's say you're having a bad, Aunt Flo's visiting and you're just not having a good month. Catnip. Another natural remedy was primrose. Yeah, primrose. Fucking horse pills. I used to take those, yeah. No, I never took a day off work, but boy, you knew I had something going on when I was working. I said nothing. Oh, one day it was really bad. And the lady goes, "So what's going on?" And I said, "Oh, Aunt Flo's visiting, honey, and it's a bad one, and I'm not going to be advertising." So I got all quiet, and I said, "I keep praying that I self heal, because it doesn't matter if I take a Midol or whatever, it still hurts." And she was, "Okay, that's understood." She goes, "I got all quiet one day, and she said I almost looked white." I always have that look, like, oh boy, I'm going to be laying in that tub for a while. That was the one thing I quit taking Midol and all those things because of the fact that I wanted to just, try to self heal, do it other ways, take teas and stuff like that, and go back to, nature. So I quit taking those things for years, and I just take natural, and it's a lot better for my body. Dang, my cat always embarrasses me. I can't take that cat anywhere. Yeah, I'm on late tonight. I'm with Sir Humps a lot. Ah, dang it. Well, we'll try Netflix. Netflix. Get away from my hat. How did that fall down? Oh, God. Down. Center. No, we're not going to be playing that. I like Supernatural. There we go. Oop. Yep, he sure moves that blanket with his mouth. That's his girlfriend. He moves it all over, takes it all over the spot, all over my room. I found it on this chair. I'm like, I remember putting that on there. How did that get there? Then I looked at my cat and I go, ah, you moved it over there. Oh, spell check is so wonderful. Here I am. I must have needed the sleep. I really must have. Because usually hybrids don't knock me out. Yeah, I went, "Oh, I'm just going to take a little nap." 5 hours later. It's like, oh my God. Ah. My theory is this: the internet is open 24/7. Thank God that hasn't changed. So, us night owls, we can get up and, you know, sometimes your body needs a little, Yeah, the midnight's real hard. I might go on daytime. I hope, I do anything to help Aztec because I was in a place that I was hoping to make money and it never happened. So I was looking for a job and Aztec hired me because of my friend Mark. Oh, look, he's dancing. Usually I try to cover up. Heck, he's dancing. Well, because I got to be not in at 12, I have to be in at 10 because let's just be honest, even at 10 o'clock in the evening, it is really hot, but it's not as hot as it is comes in. But, they change the time and that means I have to change my sleeping schedule. So I don't sleep a full 8 hours usually. If I go to bed, it'll be like 5 hours and I'll wake up. I'll do some stuff around the place and then I go back to bed. And then I get up for the rest of my time and do my exercises and then, cook. Not all in that order. A lot of times I'll cook my thing. So I'm eating this. I made this. They're not paying me or anything. It's called Smoky Brown Sugar Chicken Salad. And you can get it from Grill Mates by McCormick. And it was really good. Yeah. So I had to learn how to sleep different. It took me a couple weeks for me to get used to it. And sometimes, you just get tired. Your body, a lot of times for me, is dealing with the pollen. If I'm dealing with pollen, my eyes, as well, I'm smoking weed, of course, but a lot of times my eyes alone, when I wake up, they'll be watering like, oh my gosh, it's bad. I look like when I would have to wear waterproof mascara or anything. And my grandmother said, well, it takes you a while to take it off. And I go, yeah, but if I miss spots, what happens is the non waterproof stuff, I wake up looking like a bad, it's just like my eyes always water. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I'm drinking Joy Bob bubble tea, strawberry lemonade green tea with delicious popping boa. I really like these. Ooh, I'm not paid by anyone to endorse these or anything. This is just a lot of people. Later on, sometimes they'll ask what I was eating and stuff, and I'll let them know that I I got to the point where I got tired of looking at Betty Crocker because my cookbook's so old that they have Cyndi Lauper in disguise. Oh, he wants privacy. Well, this stuff is not really healthy. I wanted something that had, we have changed the way we eat. So, what are you doing? My cat's blanket gets lots of action. I was supposed to bring it to work Friday, but I had meatloaf still at work. Is it? I just can't eat some of the portions are really big for me, and the meatloaf was like huge for me. Everybody's got a different size heart and stomach, so your heart is pretty much as big as your stomach. So yeah, I can't eat a whole lot, especially when there was ding dongs, hostess ding dongs. Ow! Where's that spray? Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, look at me. I got Mr. Spray. Wow. That was a screamer. Well, I got Frankenstein. Let me turn on light. That's a little light. Where's the other one? Oh. Cartridge. You know, and the reason why I got HelloFresh is my cooking. You can tell when you can tell if you look how certain people cook, they make certain things, and they haven't. There's ways that people do stuff now, the chefs do now that they didn't do, in the 80s. So yeah, I've been dealing with HelloFresh, and it's really quite nice. Mm, it's so good. I'm not a big chicken person, so secret clubs. You know, it's cool when you have a family member that belongs to a country club, and that's like your like place where you know my girlfriends would that I would hang out with there. My office was the bathroom stall, the last one that no one really used. Let's go and talk. Yeah, let's go in my office. When my dad started dating my his one wife, he quit going, to the country club. Um, it is what it is. I didn't go there a lot. I thought some of the people were fake. Um, and I even told my dad, I go, some of the people there are just really fake. I just can't do it. I took a month off. My dad's like, do you think it? No, I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather have you put we used to joke about putting a sauna in the basement. Because when he started, because Chrysler paid for it for a while. Then after a while, it was like, yeah. So has anyone ever belonged to a secret club? Like I'm the only idiot here that's belonged to a secret club, or my family. You have a friends. You got your secret club. Your gal pal. That's a secret club. See, I belong to that. Come over. You spend the night. It's your secret club. Everyone always wanted to belong to the Omega Secret Club because they loved my house. I mean, eh. So one day, they have other secret clubs that were a little more open than average. They kind of go with they're not nice towards certain people. They wear white sheets, and it rhymes with hey hey hey. Yeah. So one day Omega is driving her bike, and she's coming home from work, and she's tired because she worked for a camp and she was ready to go to bed. It was the beginning of the weekend, being Friday, and Omega took a shortcut. It's out in BFE, Holly, Michigan. It still looks the same. There's still dirt roads. So I'm going through this field and suddenly, holy tamale. Man, I thought they were having a white sheet sale at first. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm just going to walk. And then somebody from one of the white sheets said who I was. And I'm like, oh crap. Well, you just go on, a lot of people take shortcuts through here. So I'm like, oh God, how many other people took a shortcut through there? So I walked along. Said nothing. And then I said to my dad after my siblings had gone to bed and told him what happened. And he laughed. He goes, well, at least you made it out, you're okay. And he goes, yeah, white sheet sale. You're like, holy cow. That's scary. Even for me, man. Yeah. Yeah. There are more. It was, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you never forget those things. Whoopsies. Oh, darn. Those are those secret clubs you really don't want to, like, belong for, Mm-mm. None of my family ever belonged to those clubs. You see, it's just, I'm not even going to get into that. Yeah, it could be real scary. Oh, yeah. 80s were great. It was the indulgence and stuff. But I'm going to say, for the most part, we have come a long way. A whole long way. Because, boy, yeah, I loved visiting California. Because I'm going to say this, they were the first state to be just more open about everything. Having a kegger, a white sale kegger. There's some scary clubs out there. Scientology. Al Hubbard, stay away. That is not the secret club you want to belong in. My dad told me that. They made a big thing. I remember when he came out, it was the 70s. And I remember the commercial. And the commercials were really cool. Man, as a kid, I wanted to belong, and shoot, I couldn't even, read that book. Truthfully. Yeah. You knocked over a buttload of stuff. You're in trouble with her bag. I can't find my other stuff. Get another one of these. Well, really? Sometimes, yeah, because I guess you can say the only thing that is missing is a really good indoor mall. I'm going to be honest. I would love that. Small little indoor mall. But I don't know if it would be worth you know, if they could put it where it's off the grid, where you can, where it could just be a nice place that's air conditioned. You can walk around, you can do some shopping, you can, you know, have a place to walk. Please don't squirt. Bleh. Okay. God dang it. I always get what? How with it? Well, maybe all sticky, so it's full. There we go. When you get too high and you don't know what to do, we get the eloquent beauty exfoliating wet cleansing towels. Towelettes. Exfoliating. Do not flush. Smells like old lady. Wow. Well, yeah. That's why a lot of people, I think, move here. It's quieter. Because Vegas, wow, it's, you know, there's a lot more going on. They still go by if you want a job. If somebody knows you, they want to know how good of a person you are. Which is nice, actually. If you're a good person, you know, you got a kind of a, you know. Thirsty weed. Mmm. Well, I'll work out. I myself, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've gotten some really good deals over at my favorite shopping mall. I do love my Galleria. I love that mall. But when it comes to buying stuff that is a lot cheaper, I go over to what's it called? The outlet stores over in Las Vegas. I got 4 pairs of shoes. 4 pairs plus a oversized, like, you know, for winter time. You know, what was it? Jogging pants. Yeah. It was like $130 for everything. Fuck. Can't make shoes that cheap. You got a lot of thrift stores here. I always tell people to go to the outlet mall first because of the fact that sometimes those are cheaper. Yep. Oh, yeah. Didn't Skechers back in 2016 go with like these shoes that were called Shapers? Hmm. That was delicious. Mm. Mm. My cat's out like a light bulb. Ugh. That's what he does. Go up to him. They're like good children. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Magic weed fairy, magic weed fairy, please help me find my weed that I lost. Please let me dream of it, clarity and all. Remember it as I get up to. Oh, where's my book? Right in my book. So, Carrie, you go to church. I'm not judging or anything. I haven't gone to. I don't know. Um, I've been watching this guy and go. It makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, I don't go to church. So I pray for people. Instead of going to church, I pray for everybody I work for. I pray for them. They need it. Everybody needs good prayer. Look at my cat. He's watching me just little slits. I was seeing that. I'm trying to find my lighter. Mhm. So I couldn't find all my lighters. I realized when I got real high and was cleaning, I put them all in a Ziploc baggie in here, in my little area. And I go, how we? Oh, yeah. I've come to think of that. And there are people who think that they know you or hear stuff about you and they'll, you know, I don't know. I gave it a go and how can I say? I watch stuff that is uplifting And I pray for people. That's what I do on Sunday. That's my own church. Exactly. Cats are weird, though. They are the most unique animal. You got a dog that loves you. Where have you been all my life? You're gone forever. My daughter wanted this dog, and that dog just loved everybody but her. Yep. He had a foot fetish, loved to lick your feet, so you would go into bed, and you were thinking, wow, it's nice and warm in here. Oh, yeah, and you're like, you feel with your feet, it's a dog. Oh, my God, quit licking my feet. Fat boy. So what secret club do you belong in? I belong right here. This is our secret club, the Omega Club. Yeah. We meet every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. We just take our clothes off. It doesn't matter if it's AM or PM. It's just when we can. No. I'm joking. Okay? Oh, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that religion either. So, yeah. I guess you can call me the weirdo. My son goes, "Hi, weirdo mom. Hi, weirdo son." That's how we greet each other. He calls me weirdo mom, and I call him. Well, I am going to go to bed. I am going to brush my teeth and head off to Mr. Night Night Land. So, you guys have a good one. Have a great Sunday. I should see you tonight. All right. Yes, we'll talk later, Carrie.